Hey, man. Dude, you do you. I ain't stopped you. I'm engaged you in conversation. That's all I'm doing.
If you've been following this channel for the last 6 months, you should recognize this video. I'm calling for the immediate firing of Jacqueline M. Hendricks, the Inspector General, Scott Hurler, the Investigation Supervisor, and Benjamin Rice, a case manager with the Office of Inspector General. I made that video after discovering that the Office of Inspector General was lying about police officers in order to sustain complaints against them. Specifically, they stated a teen who was approached by an officer was black, when in fact, he was white. After waiting almost 6 months, I finally received the body camera footage, and I can prove once and for all that the officer did absolutely nothing wrong. Before watching the body camera footage, let's see the rest of the discussion about this officer.
All right, case number 2023-1071. On July 27th, 2023, the complainant filed with the Department of the Inspector General alleging misconduct by CPD. The complainant alleges that the incident occurred on July 26th when the officer initiated a contact with a minor male African-American teen in the Hilltop. The complainant alleges that the officer, while in his cruiser, harassed her minor teen son while he was walking home from the corner store. Therefore, it is recommended that the allegation against this officer be closed as sustained, as there is sufficient evidence that the officer was harassing this teen while walking home, and he failed to treat him impartially in violation of CPD directives. Additionally, the Columbus DIG finds the officer's actions and articulated reasons for initiating and interacting with the teen were bias profiling, this being in violation of CPD Directive 3.07, bias-based profiling.
Is there I'm sure there is. What's the CPD definition of harassment?
Oh, let's see here. Let's see if we have that.
Scott has the policy pulled up because the policy we're looking at,
Great.
it talks about the work rules, so he can read the policy to you to let you know what we were
All right.
basing it on.
Yeah, the policy we were looking at just essentially says, was a person stopped or was a person singled out in any particular fashion by that person based on race, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, color, religion, ancestry, national origin, age, disability, family or military status, or any other status that's protected by federal, state, or local law or ordinance. And the entirety of the policy is 3.07, bias-based policing.
And if I may add, we're looking in the Division Directives Manual from which that policy was taken. They do have a definition section in the back of that. However, the definition for harassment is not defined back here.
Like to recommend is that there be an addition to CPD policy, because this sort of thing probably happens more than this case.
So the Inspector General found the officer guilty of violating the department's policy on harassment, but the department does not have a policy on harassment. We'll be getting to the body camera footage in just a moment, but I would like to provide a little bit of backstory. When the officer approaches this teen, he mentions that he remembers him from somewhere, but he can't quite remember his name. The reason the officer knows this teen is because police officers were called to his address more than 20 times in 2023. 6 of those calls were directly related to this teen's behavior. On January 21st, 2023, officers were dispatched to a dispute between this teen and his mother. On March 19th, 2023, officers were dispatched on a call about this teen threatening to shoot his mother. On March 23rd, officers were dispatched on a call about this teen screaming at his mother, and a second call on March 23rd was made stating this teen is unruly. On March 24th, officers were dispatched on a call about this teen threatening to stab his mother. And on July the 6th, 2 weeks prior to this interaction, there was a call stating that this teen was threatening to kill himself. So what you'll be shown in this body camera footage is a police officer seeing someone he remembers from previous calls for service and engaging him in conversation. This is legally defined as a consensual encounter and is a technique that officers are trained to use when they don't have a reason to stop someone. You'll notice several times in this video the officer reminds the team that he is free to go, but the teen continues to turn around and engage the officer in conversation. These civilian investigators, finding the officer guilty of bias-based profiling and harassment, are the perfect example of people who don't have the most basic understanding of a police officer's job or training, but they think they are qualified to tell the officer how to do their job. As a reminder, the teen's face and voice have been redacted from this video in accordance to Ohio law.
I'm sorry, what? Still? Did your hair used to be a lot shorter? What's your name, man? You look familiar. You look familiar, and I think I've run across you in the past. I can't remember what your name is. Just asking what your name was, man. Yeah, I didn't say you're not doing good. Nothing, man. All right, you can head on, man. I just want to say. Can I ask you why you're wearing a sweatshirt and it's 87, 90 degrees out here? I'm just curious. You strike me as nervous. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and every time you see me, you're watching me, seeing where I'm going. So I'm just. Yeah, you are, but dude, I've been doing this job long you've been alive. I know what people look like when they're suspicious. That's fine, man. I'm not stopping. I'm not. Of course not. If you did, I'd have hold of you right now. Yeah, you can keep walking. I'm just driving and talking. No, it's called communication. Communication. I haven't stopped you. Look. It's called me doing my job, dude. That's all you gotta understand. Oh, okay. Hey, man. Dude, you do you. I ain't stopped you. I'm engaging you in conversation. That's all I'm doing. And I just asked you what your name was, and they look familiar to me. And you don't want to tell me, that's up to you. I'm being friendly, right? Okay. Well, you're saying I'm harassing you, it's not really friendly, but whatever. Yeah, you too. You waiting on me? Okay.